Hey, let's talk about chrome finishes. Now, for a lot of props, this is like the holy grail of finishes, especially if you're into the Men in Black movies. The trouble is getting a real, authentic, actual chrome plated finish on a prop can be expensive and difficult and toxic, and not a lot of us even have access to that kind of technique. So what are we to do? How can we get this kind of finish on our props? Well, the first thing you could try and do is pay someone to chrome plate your prop. In this case, there really is no substitute for the real thing. I've done it before. I've had people do it for me, that is, and it is expensive, but the results are stunning. Of course, you could try and chrome plate it yourself, but again, the materials and the tools are super duper expensive. It's not really worth it unless you're going to do a lot of it. They're also a little toxic. Okay, option 3, we can fake it. Can we get it exactly this shiny with paint? Not exactly, but we can get damn close. I'll show you how. My favorite method is using Alclad lacquer paints in my airbrush. That's how I painted this fella right here. And while it isn't a mirrored chrome finish, it does read realistically as metal. So for most of my props, this is good enough. Can't exactly see my face in the gun, but we can, hey, look at that guy. Woo! Now, can you get these same results out of a spray paint can? More on that later. More than other finishes, you really don't have a lot of wiggle room when it comes to the surface finish of your prop if you're trying to get a high gloss shine. So for example, this piece of styrene plastic here looks smooth from far away, but if you get really, really close, you can see there is all kinds of minute texture on there. Of course, when you spray on your fresh layer of paint and it's all wet and glossy, it may look fine, it may look perfectly smooth, but over time as that solvent evaporates, you'll see the texture starting to show through again. And that's deceiving because that might not happen right away. It may take a day or two before all of that paint is fully dry. So the solution is lots and lots of priming and sanding. This piece here has been primed. When I look really close, I can see some texture on there, and I can't count on the paint to remove that. This needs to be sanded nice and smooth. Once you've got your prop all modeled and built and ready for finishing, you want to put down several coats of primer so that you have a nice shell on your prop, because you're going to sand back down almost all the way to the plastic below, and you need that bit of primer paint, a little bit of material there to sand it nice and smooth. Then you can sand down through that shell and eventually wet sand it with higher and higher grits of sandpaper until it's as smooth as you want it. Here you can see in an example, I used 2 different colors of primer so that when I sanded down through that first layer of primer, I knew when to stop. I didn't want to go all the way back down to the plastic if I could help it. I wanted there to be a little bit of primer left for me to spray my colors and base coat on top of. And this sanding and priming process is repeated over and over again until you get to that finish that you really want. Remember, the paint's not going to hide any of your crimes. If there's a tiny bit of scratch or a little bit of a texture on there, the paint is going to show that. Once you are happy with it though, you want to move forward using rubber gloves. Everything after this process will be completely ruined if you get fingerprints or smudges on the surface. At this point, I'll also use a wax and grease remover and wipe down the entire surface, again with gloves, making sure that there are no more fingerprints left on my prop. And then I can finally paint it. The first coat of paint is a glossy coat of black paint. In this case, I'm using Alclad's black gloss lacquer in my airbrush set to about 20 psi. Also, my compressor has a built-in moisture trap which pulls water out of the line. If water gets sent through the air line and sprayed out through your glossy black finish, it will ruin it. Now, this first layer is just a dust coat. This is kind of to get the juices flowing and to help facilitate the next wet coat. The nice thing about this dust coat is it doesn't take very long to dry. For these specific Alclad lacquers, it really only takes about 10 minutes for that layer to set up. Again, don't touch it. Smudging this finish at any point will mean you need to sand and repaint the entire thing. So instead of touching the prop, I usually have a scrap piece nearby that I can touch to test if it's lost its tackiness. The next coat is the wet coat, and this is crucial, and it's also a little bit tricky. You really need to spray down a heavy layer of paint. It needs to kind of cover everything so that the surface smooths out all shiny like, but you don't want to spray on so much that the paint starts to sag. Again, there's no way to fix this without waiting for it to dry, sanding it smooth, and starting over. And remember that because you put so much paint on, it's gonna take a while to dry. This does take a bit of practice to really start to get the hang of this delicate balancing act between making it super wet, but also not sagging. I just sprayed down the wet coat on the Ray Blaster here, and you can see that it's quite shiny, but there's specks of stuff all over. When you're doing these glossy finishes, and if you have a dusty shop like I do, and you've got cats and all kinds of contaminants, it is very hard to keep this super clean unless you have a proper spray booth. So that's just something to consider while you're doing this. If you're trying to get as clean a finish as possible, anything floating around in the air is going to stick to this surface. In this case, I'm just gonna live with it. It's just like that now. So time to let this dry, and then we can spray on our chrome lacquers. My black paint is all dry and we're ready to apply the chrome paint. Quick note, I usually wear my respirator when I'm spraying lacquers. I also usually work in my paint room, but that is being occupied right now. So I'm wearing my respirator at my workbench here, and I got a fan going to keep the air circulating, and I'm not huffing all of that lacquer. That's bad for you. For our chrome finishes, we're using Alclad's polished aluminum. They have a bunch of different high shine finishes, including a chrome and a stainless steel. I really like the polished aluminum for a really bright finish. Again, also loaded up in my airbrush, also between 10 and 20 PSI. And you also want to make sure you shake this up before you pour it in your airbrush. Sometimes the pigment can separate and lay at the bottom if this has been sitting for a few days. So shake it up really well, put it in your airbrush, you're good to go. Applying the chrome lacquer is super easy. You just cover your piece going side to side like normal. You don't need a ton. But you do have to make sure you keep an eye on where you're spraying it, because sometimes it's hard to miss. The chrome shininess and the black shininess sometimes look really similar. One good pass is really all it takes to get this piece all covered up, and then you can let it dry. And that is our shiny chrome-like finish. Now this is fresh. I'm gonna let it dry completely, especially before I touch any of it, even though I want to. But there you go, that's a pretty good shiny chrome finish there, or a metallic finish anyway. Once your Alclad paints have fully dried, they are actually quite durable. You can see if I really gouge at that with my thumbnail, it will scratch a bit, but they're fairly durable by themselves. However, if you want to put a clear coat on here to protect it, they have one or a couple. This one's called Aqua Gloss. I have a couple of other ones that are good. I believe this is water-based. This is also applied with the airbrush at the same about 20 PSI. And they recommend 2 to 3 good coats of this stuff. It dries fairly quickly, but again, of course, let it dry fully before you start getting your grubby mitts all over it. Now, sometimes clear finishes will dull your metallic shine. That's just, unfortunately, kind of how it works. If you want to bring that shine back a little bit, once you've applied your gloss clear coat and it's dried, you can go and spray on another layer of your chrome paint on top of it. Now, if this is a prop that you handle a lot, it may wear down through that outer high shine layer, but it hopefully will only go down to the clear, and the glossy, shiny bit underneath that will stay protected. But if this is a prop just for display and you're not gonna handle it very much, no need to clear coat it. Just hang it up on the wall and bask in its wonderful shiny glory. And there you go. Once that's fully dry, this prop is good to go, ready for any kind of weathering and use in your next costume. A quick side note, my buddy Chad over at Hoku Props told me about these paints. These are auto air color paints. These are water-based and very similar to the Alclads. There's the gloss black and then this Quicksilver chrome. You apply it the same way with the dust coat and then the heavier wet coat of the black and then the Quicksilver on top of that, all with the airbrush. And the results are pretty great, actually. Here's the Alclad over here, nice and shiny. Here is the auto air over here, and I would say that they are comparable. Now, I didn't see any instructions on clear coating this stuff on the auto air website, but I can say it is fairly durable all by itself, and you could probably just use the Aqua Gloss that Alclad has to seal it if you like, or run with it as is. Now, I promised I would go over Rattle-Can Options, so I did a little bit of testing to see what might work. first thing was some off-the-shelf rattle cans. This is a gloss black lacquer just from the home center. This is a bright coat metallic finish, and the results are not great. Now this stuff made no claim to being a chrome finish. I applied it the same way, the black coat for the bottom and then the metallic coat on top. It's just kind of dull. So if you want a glossy, shiny finish, I wouldn't go with this. I tried the same thing with these Tamiya rattle cans here, these little guys, and I got pretty much the same result. Again, it made no claim to be a chrome finish, but I just wanted to give it the old college try. Now there are paints you can get at your Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever that do claim to be a chrome. This is a metallic chrome. So I gave it a shot, and I gotta be honest with you, that looks pretty good right there. I did quite a few tests here. This one I sprayed over a gloss black finish. I used my lacquer, my black lacquer, as a base coat, and I don't think that's necessary. This is the same thing over just a normal gray primer. They both look really shiny. The thing is, this stuff comes out super, super thick. It also takes forever to dry, at least 24 hours, probably more, especially if it's not super warm or super dry where you live. The other real downside is this is not a durable finish. I can scratch it right off with my thumbnail, just like that. Now, if you need a chrome finish, you want to just grab a spray paint can, this will totally work. Just don't count on it being durable. This specifically says a clear coat finish is not recommended. I tried it anyway. This is the same paint with a Rattle-Can clear lacquer on it. It did some weird stuff. It's kind of hard to see, but it kind of made it look all weird. For the most part, it's not terrible. This is definitely better bare. Just for fun, I had a gloss varnish that I tried. That definitely destroyed the finish. It ate right down through it. So definitely don't use varnish. If you need to protect it, then maybe this lacquer. But again, it doesn't do a great job of protecting it. So this stuff looks good. It's just delicate. If you need it in a pinch, go for it. Personally, if I've got a prop I'm going to be handling a lot, I'll go with either those Alclads in my airbrush or these auto air colors. So here's basically the 4 different finishes I tried. The metallic spray paint over here, when I look at like there, looks quite flat, not really what you would consider a chrome shine. The chrome spray paint, again, that looks quite good. I really just wish it wasn't so easy to chip there. And then here's the auto air and the Alclad, very similar. You can also tell that the way the finish looks changes drastically depending on the direction of the light on it. But there you go. There's all the options I've tried here. Now, are any of these as shiny as my silver play button? Can I see my face in any of them? No. But they do look pretty good. Again, just making sure that you control the surface texture, making sure you let everything dry, don't get any thumbprints in it, and you can get yourself a pretty good metallic shiny finish. So that is, I guess, just about everything I know about doing glossy metallic finishes on props. Now you're gonna ask me, someone's gonna ask, can I use these kinds of paints on EVA foam? Will it make my foam armor look really shiny and glossy? If you spray this stuff right on bare foam, it won't. You're gonna have to seal the foam with something rigid enough that you can sand it down to that high shine. That means sealing it with something like Epsilon Epoxy, letting it cure all the way, and then sanding it down to that nice smooth finish. Same thing with Worbla. Even black Worbla has that fine texture on it. So if you want it to have this shiny of a finish on it, you're gonna have to fill that texture somehow, again with something like Epsilon, or I know people like gesso or wood filler, whatever it is. You're gonna have to fill that texture, sand it down really smooth if you want to get a finish like this on Worbla or foam. That's it. I think I've covered just about it all. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I'd be happy to help you out. Of course, just about everything I've used that's useful, I'll link down in the description if you'd like to go grab it yourself. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out the video. If you're new, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we've got videos like this coming out every single week. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next build.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our new weekly prop and costume tutorial videos. For more goodies, head over to our website where you'll find blueprints, tutorial books, articles, and more. We also have a second channel for our Q&A show and extra behind the scenes videos. Thanks again and happy crafting.